The recent move by the United States to tighten controls on China's semiconductor industry wasn't just a routine policy update, it was a strategic play for control. By restricting access to advanced chip technology, Washington attempted to slow China's tech progress, raising security concerns over possible military use. But instead of halting advancement, these measures sparked a worldwide battle for semiconductor supremacy, disrupting supply chains and heating up competition in ways nobody predicted. Semiconductors are the backbone of today's digital world, fueling everything from mobile devices to sophisticated artificial intelligence. By blocking China from obtaining the latest chip designs, the U.S. aimed to control the speed of its tech growth. Yet this approach backfired. Rather than falling behind, China doubled down on self-sufficiency, investing heavily in homegrown production and turning a critical weakness into a springboard for rapid innovation. In 2021, China's semiconductor imports hit a staggering $432 billion, exposing its reliance on foreign suppliers. By 2023, that number had plunged to around $230 billion, massive $200 billion drop. But this wasn't just about shifting trade figures, it marked a deeper revolution. Determined to stay competitive, China poured enormous resources into research, chip manufacturing, and tech breakthroughs. Leading domestic producers scaled up operations, cutting ties with Western technology. Reports showed a sharp rise in China's ability to make advanced chips, reinforcing its push for independence. The ripple effects of this change spread far beyond local markets. Industries that once depended on American and European semiconductor leaders began rethinking their supply chains. The big question now is whether this shift will reshape global competition or splinter the world into isolated tech ecosystems. Many initially believed U.S. sanctions would cripple China's innovation, but the opposite happened. A telling moment came in 2023 when a major Chinese tech firm unveiled a flagship smartphone powered by a homegrown 7nm chip, shocking analysts who had written off China's ambitions. The company's ability to build next-gen networking gear entirely with local parts proved it wasn't just adapting to restrictions, it was using them to fuel self-reliance. Instead of acting as a barrier, trade limits spurred Chinese companies to develop their own tech solutions. The country's 5G infrastructure, now free of foreign components, plays a vital role in national projects, showing how imposed hurdles can become strategic wins. As a result, Chinese consumers enjoy cheaper 5G devices, while global markets face fiercer competition from a rising wave of domestic chip makers. A late 2023 report revealed how China's fast progress in chip production has boosted advancements in AI, robotics, and self-driving vehicles. The old assumption that Western firms alone drive cutting-edge innovation is now under fire. One of China's top semiconductor companies has made huge strides in creating smaller, more efficient chips, positioning the nation as a major industry contender. Meanwhile, the U.S. semiconductor sector is feeling the heat. Earnings reports from leading American chipmakers showed steep revenue declines due to falling sales in China. One industry giant reported a 27% drop in Chinese market sales in Q3 2023 compared to the previous year. Another key player specializing in analog chips faced a $2.3 billion revenue loss from reduced Chinese demand. The financial fallout goes beyond individual firms. For years, top U.S. chip companies relied on China for up to 30% of their earnings. As Chinese businesses buy less, worries grow over the unintended economic damage from these trade policies. While the goal was to slow China's tech rise, the real outcome has been a surge in domestic production. In 2020, China made up about 15% of global semiconductor manufacturing. By 2023, that share had jumped to 30%, fueled by heavy state funding and international partnerships. Over 50 new chip plants opened in China in just 2 years, shaking up the dominance of industry leaders in Taiwan and South Korea. The rise of Chinese-made chips is already affecting global prices, making advanced tech more affordable and forcing established players to rethink their game plan. Even South Korea, a longtime semiconductor powerhouse, is feeling the pinch. Samsung's chip division saw a 12% revenue drop in Q3 2023, while another major South Korean manufacturer posted its worst profit slump since 2017. China's influence isn't limited to chip production. Homegrown processors now power critical sectors like cloud computing, telecom, and AI. By 2023, over 60% of China's cloud industry ran on local tech, cutting reliance on foreign suppliers while boosting national security. This shift has also lowered costs for businesses and consumers, making high-end digital services more accessible. As global supply chains adapt, some foreign firms struggle with shortages and price swings due to fewer Chinese imports. But Chinese chip companies keep pushing forward. One leading manufacturer has successfully developed 7-nanometer chips, while breakthroughs in memory storage have set new performance benchmarks. These gains show China isn't just catching up, it's redefining the industry. This rapid transformation is pressuring long-standing giants. Major players in the US and Taiwan are revising their strategies to counter China's expansion. In response, the US has boosted efforts to strengthen its own chip production, forge alliances, and encourage private investment. But it's unclear if these steps will be enough to keep a technological lead. On the other hand, China is investing record sums in R&D. In 2023 alone, government funding for semiconductor innovation topped $20 billion, driving major breakthroughs. With Chinese firms making up nearly 40% of global chip demand, the country holds significant sway over international suppliers. Businesses now face tough choices: comply with US rules and risk financial losses, or find ways to stay connected to the world's biggest semiconductor market. China's rapid semiconductor growth is redrawing global trade and geopolitical strategies by reducing its need for foreign tech. This shift has strengthened China's hand in international talks. Some experts see this as a pivotal moment reshaping economic policies and trade ties worldwide. Yet challenges remain, including tech bottlenecks, market pressures, and changing regulations that could create new obstacles. The ongoing battle over semiconductor tech highlights the complexities of using innovation as a geopolitical weapon. While the original aim was to curb China's rise, the result has been an era of heightened rivalry. As industries adjust to this new reality, the critical question is whether cooperation can emerge from this divide or if the competition will keep escalating, shaping the future of technology and trade in unpredictable ways.